A mostly sunny day for most of you. Unfortunately, I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing a whole lot of clouds here at Radio Center. Mostly cloudy skies at the airport, 67 degrees at 68 here at Radio Center. Midland, yep, you've got clouds too, 68 degrees. Downtown Bay City is looking at 67 degrees. Move over into Michigan's Thumb, the Caro area, mostly cloudy. Bad Axe looking at plenty of clouds. Other than that, everybody else is enjoying sun, fair skies. I don't know. I don't know where we went wrong, but maybe we'll get a little bit of sun as we go through the day. We're supposed to have it pretty much over the entire lower peninsula, but some of the folks are telling us that the reason why it's cloudy is we have Saginaw Bay to contend with, and that breeze coming off of the bay heading south, and as a result, we're getting cloud cover. Currently, we do have a little bit of a north breeze, under 10 miles per hour. Barometer is rising, 30.02. A little bit later on this afternoon, it looks as though the clouds could drop a little bit of precipitation on us. But for the most part, that's going to be very widely scattered. And again, probably the best chance of seeing any precipitation are areas where you're looking at cloud cover right now around the Saginaw Bay region. We had a pretty decent night last night, pleasant evening. The humidity dropped off just a little bit, and right now it's still pretty sticky out there, 81%. But as we get the sun and the haze and the clouds begin to dissipate and break down, we'll begin to see a lot lower humidities. And as we move in to the day tomorrow, after I think is going to be a pretty nice night tonight. We're looking for a low of right around 55, and the humidity isn't going to be nearly as bad tonight with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, 74 is going to be our high. We're looking for a high temperature of right around 78. We're going to need the sun to get there, and for those that are looking at sun, they are looking at temperatures right now in the upper 70s. Detroit is at 78. Ann Arbor is currently at 78 degrees. Battle Creek looking at 75. Kalamazoo at 77. Marshall with partly sunny skies is at 72. And even in the upper peninsula, they're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 60s on the east side of the UP. Again, mostly sunny skies. Very few locations are looking at clouds. Rogers City in northern Michigan is looking at some clouds. Pellston, also, Harbor Springs is looking at a few clouds. But Traverse City is looking at mostly sunny skies. Sunshine, spotty, real light rain as we go through the afternoon hours. It looks as though the best chance, as I said, is going to be around the Saginaw Bay. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 55. Sun will set this evening at 9:21, rise tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Tomorrow, sunshine, no chance of precipitation tomorrow. 74 for a high, 53 for a low tomorrow night, and then we move into the weekend, and it's onward and upward as far as our temperatures go. Saturday, 83, Sunday, 89. I'm being kind. Some of you will be looking at over 90 degrees as we go into Sunday, and if it doesn't hit Sunday, 90 degrees. Monday, it looks like 90 degrees over a much broader area on the 4th of July holiday, July the 5th. On Monday. 92 is what we're looking at for a high on Monday with a low temperature of 70. Same thing with 4th of July evening, 70 degrees for a low. Tuesday, the best chance of any organized systems moving through, 86 degrees with a low of 64 on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, still a chance of some showers around 80 degrees. Why are we getting what we're getting? Very simple. We're seeing the warm air from the Pacific Northwest working its way across the northern hemisphere here. And what it's doing right now is it's moving well up into Canada. So it's really going to start to warm up here much quicker than what many of the forecasters had thought. If you recall, yesterday we mentioned that we thought we were going to be definitely warmer than what some of the long-range forecasts had indicated then. And that is exactly what is happening. So all that hot air is going to be moving toward us, toward the Great Lakes, toward the eastern part of the continental United States. And that wiggle and wobble of the upper air jet is going to be ridging over top of us as we go through the first part of the month of July. For that matter, July, I really think, is going to average out to be above, if not much above average on the temperatures. Precipitation values will probably be a little bit better than what we had seen at the beginning of June, but not nearly as rainy as what we have seen here over the tail end of June. Incidentally, the month of June, we should see normally about 3¼ inches of rain. The final tally at MBS International Airport is a little bit better than 5 inches. So that puts us on the 8th wettest ever for the month of June at MBS International Airport. And Flint down at Bishop Airport, they made the top 5 when it comes to months of June. At Bishop Airport, 6.4 inches of rain for the month. And again, we started off really dry. The majority of all this precipitation has occurred just within the last 10 days of the month. Record high in this state, 103. That was set back in 1931. The record low, 42, set in 1950. So again, big warm up. It's going to cool down, though, a little bit more tomorrow, but we're going to lose a lot of the humidity tomorrow, and we're going to drop those temperatures a little bit tomorrow. We'll be about 8 degrees cooler than average for the day tomorrow, but we're definitely going to regain all of that on Saturday, and the 4th of July weekend is going to turn out to be a cooker. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We have Rick Hollister standing by. Speaking of pyrotechnics, we'll see what he's got in his closet right now with all the activity that happened yesterday. Pyrotechnics, fireworks, the whole bit, that government report that came out. Rick will have a little bit more information for us on all of that. But before we get to him, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. When you talk about pyrotechnics, one thing that you don't want to see is pyrotechnics in the sky. And I'm not talking fireworks. I'm talking Mother Nature. Be prepared. Risk management, that's what it's all about. And the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency wants to remind you that risk management involves two things. One, taking advantage of good things and protecting yourself against the bad things that might happen. And one of those bad things is hail. We've seen some of it. Hopefully you haven't had it in your field, but it doesn't hurt to be safe. They can take care of you at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. You can pick the fields you want to cover, and that hail insurance is going to cover loss anywhere from 1% to 100%. So ask more about it by giving them a call, 989-868-4722, or getting a hold of any of their agents. They can be called directly on their cell phones for questions or emergencies. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency is licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. And also, you might want to check with them on some of the changes that have been made in crop insurance that has just happened. you might want to check them out today. The Michaels R. Crop Insurance Agency. Rick Hollister, I gave you enough of a promo here. First of all, I'm not going to ask you what's in your closet. All right. I want to know what in the world ever caused the markets to flip-flop like they did yesterday. And from what I understand, they started off ripping and roaring this morning too.
They did. So yesterday morning we were lower after being higher earlier in the week. Generally lower. Beans were down 25 cents. We ended the day with on the new crop beans about $1.20 range from low to high at the Chicago Board of Trade. So just a huge turn of events. The USDA, the stocks report, we'll get that out of the way first. No surprises in their stocks report. Came in just a touch less on corn, about as expected on soybeans. So no fireworks there, but it was all in the planted acreage. We were expecting a 3 to 3.5 million acre increase over our March planting intentions, and the USDA gave us about 1.5 million increase on corn. So we came out just a fuzz higher on soybean planted acreage than our March intentions report. So expecting 2 to 3 million acres more beans than was in that report as well. So it just really refocuses us on the weather coming up here to get these crops growing and pollinated. And boy, it really turned. If you were a speculator and thought it was a safe time of year to sell into the markets like last week when we were selling off, boy, look out! You got your head taken off yesterday with that reversal. So we haven't chased back to the highs we traded 6 weeks ago, Terry, at the peak back in May. But we certainly are not far from it. Corn, I think, within 25 cents of the highs we made. Soybeans, new crop beans within 40 cents of the highs that we traded back in May. The best we've been for new crop 21. So interesting too, the increase, what little increase in corn acreage they came out with. If you look where it is, it's in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. The increase in the corn planted acreage. With Iowa actually decreasing 500,000 acres of corn from last year. So right where we're most concerned about the weather, Terry, and the dryness this year in that northwest corner is right where that's the only increase in corn acreage. We actually lopped 100,000 acres off from our corn acres in Michigan and put it on the bean plantings since last year. So very interesting and quite surprising to the marketplace yesterday that we did not get the increase that they were looking for compared to our planting intentions report, especially after a year when we got started early and the crop went in the ground in such good shape. So market started higher today. So be a little careful here, growers, that we are new crop corn is actually only up a penny now. And that is already 20 cents off from the highs that we traded this morning. So we were, at one point we were up 20 or 21. Right now we're just up a penny on that new crop corn. New crop beans still up 8, but at one point we had the new crop soybeans were 15 cents higher than this, so they were up 23 to 25 as well. So not sure how much follow through we'll get here. We're super sensitive to the weather forecast in that northwest belt, and it looks drier than it did yesterday. And yesterday's forecast for Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota looked drier yesterday than it did the day before. So we're kind of in that trend. Any surprise rain out there, though, moving fronts through would send the market for a tailspin, I'm sure.
It sure sounds that way. So on the board right now, what do you have in Hemlock, Rick?
Yeah, right now at this moment with old crop corn up a nickel, we're $6.85 for old crop corn. New crop corn at $5.47. Old crop soybeans at $14.85. New crop beans at $13.60. Red wheat for harvest delivery here at $6.43. The new crop white wheat at $6.48.
So you're talking wheat. Where are we as far as the harvest goes right now?
We're thinking about getting started in spots. We're starting to see the areas that maybe got a little dry 3 or 4 weeks ago that the wheat died early. They're talking about maybe trying to run that wheat and get it off the field. We've heard one field yesterday over in the Thumb area, Fairgrove neighborhood, that was 14 moisture. But again, that was one that ran out of moisture and looked like it died fairly early. So I think this rain has maybe stalled us into next week, later next week, before we really get going to harvest in earnest, which is a little on the early side even at that, but we certainly planted this wheat early last year, and it's kind of looked like it was ahead right along. But this rain may have pushed back our harvest a few days, as the stalks are still a little bit green and still trying to mature out.
Rick, if we don't have a chance to talk to you, have a safe weekend, a great 4th of July holiday, and we'll hook up with you again next week. All righty?
All right, next week. Thanks, Terry. You as well. Have a great weekend.
Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. A little bit more as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein joining us right now. The Market Report is brought to you by Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. So give them a call for a quote today. And by the folks at Foster Blue Water Oil. They're taking your diesel to another level with Diesel Guard Supreme Plus from Valve Tech Petroleum. More power, cleaner injectors, maximum lubricity, year-round protection, and up to 8% improved fuel economy. So just contact your local Foster representative or go online, fosterbluewateroil.com. We say good morning, Doug Klein. What's going on now?
It's called the bear trap.
Uh-oh.
Everybody got real cocky on the bear side, and they just wiped them out. One big fish swallowing up the whole school, not spitting anybody out, just digesting them now. That's where we're at. And the Saudis have managed to get crude oil to a new high. They're talking about, well, the narrative, consumption and restricted supply and all that stuff. So that's what's going on. Right now we got July corn at $7.24, up 4 cents. The December corn $5.91 1/4, up 2 3/4. July soybeans $14.70, up 20 cents. November soybeans $14.09 1/4, up 10 1/4. July wheat $6.74 3/4, up 3 1/4 cents. And December wheat $6.89 3/4, up 4 3/4. Crude oil, $74.10. That's a new high. That's probably a 3 or 4 year high, up $1.33. Heating oil is $2.15.20, up 2 1/4 cents. Gasoline, $2.26.18, up 2 cents. Natural gas is $3.60. That's down 2.5 cents. So the Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.24.08 at the border. That's up 14 ticks. The yen is at 111.56, up 46 ticks. The euro is even at 118.55, and the dollar's at 92.49. That's up 5.5 ticks. Gold's at 1771.10, down 50 cents. Silver's at 26.05, down 11.5 cents, and platinum's at 10.78. That is up $7.50.
Doug, you take care. Have a good one. We'll talk to you again.
Very good. Thanks.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. We'll be right back.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center. We're more than a custom paint store. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quazell and Kitchener Lighting, Flooring from Flooring America, Fireplace Doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Jerry Samolsky joins us right now from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. The plant of the week, Jerry, what is it?
Terry, I don't want to get a lot of groans about this one, but we've decided the plant of the week this week should be the yew. It's an old-fashioned plant. What's old is new again. The yews are great plants. They're very shade tolerant. They can be sheared nicely if you'd like, but people don't know how to trim them well. So they got big, they got carried away. If we can teach you how to trim them, you'll love to have ewes. They perform very well in a broad range of conditions and soils. They really don't like wet feet, but it's got to be pretty wet for a ewe to have a problem. But they do very well. There's upright, tall, slender varieties. I'm looking out the window right now at a great hedge at about 6 foot tall, and it stays there comfortably. Doesn't want to keep getting higher. We can keep it at that height easily. Ewes can be short and spreading. The only downfall to them is deer love them. So if you have a deer issue, we can't consider that. But it's hard to get good low evergreens that do well in our area. A lot of people don't like junipers and yews. And so I'm going to say, let's give the yew a try. Let's learn how to prune them. And I think you'll be happily surprised with them.
Very good. Jerry, take care. Have a great day and a good weekend. All right.
Yes, sir. We will be closed this Saturday in with the 4th of July. So come see us till 5 o'clock on Friday. And next week, we'll be back opening again Saturday.
All right. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center.
So we're almost halfway through the year, and the car and truck shortage continues. I'm Steve Cook from the Cook Gin Superstore in Vassar, where we have Chevys and Buicks arriving every day and being sold almost as fast as they arrive. We've got a great system in place to help you claim the one you want. And with these great Cook offers, you're going to want to pick yours out as soon as possible. This month, Equinoxes are leasing with $0 down for only $203 a month. Blazers are an amazing $238, and Chevy Silverados with $0 down are starting at only $253 a month. And remember, these are well-equipped 4-door, 4-wheel drive Silverados. Just $253 a month. You can call us, you can text or email us, you can drive on out here. But whatever you choose, do it quickly. That's Cook Chevrolet Buick, M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar.
Payments based on 36-month GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. Visit us online at cookchevybuick.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Along with me, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Craig, the other day we talked about trailers, and of course, a lot of people are going to be using them this holiday weekend. Let's talk a little bit more about it.
Yes, Terry, there will be, as we know, a lot of trailers on the road this weekend, particularly when it comes to the farm equipment. Maybe you're hauling the utility tractor up north, or you're getting ready to harvest wheat and you got the head on the cart. You know, those items are typically covered when they're parked and sitting in the barn or working in the field. But when they hit the trailer, the coverage may not follow them. You would think it would, but like most things in the insurance world, they don't always go the way we think they should. So when those items are on a trailer, you want to make sure that your policy covers them in those instances. Most quality farm policies make the coverage available. But again, it's something the agent needs to add. So you want to make sure that you've got that coverage when the equipment hits the trailer.
Yeah, good advice. Craig, you take care. Have a safe holiday, okay?
We plan to, Terry. Thank you. You too.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Over to Baird & Company we go right now. Let's take a quick look at the New York markets. Karen Krawczyk, what's going on right now?
Well, right now the markets are mixed. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 75 points right now at 34,576 on 314 million shares. The NASDAQ is off 14 at 14,489 on 387 million shares. Locally, we're seeing some positives. DuPont is at 78.47 right now. That's up $1.06. Dow up 36 at 63.64. Corteva up 27 at 44.62. CMS Energy up 97 at 60.05. Home Depot up 215 at 321.04. Walmart down 120 at 139.82. Deere up 301 at 355.72. Ford up 3 at 14.90. AT&T up 36 at 29.15. GM up 10 at 59.27. And Facebook up 189 at 349.60.
Karen, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
You too, Terry.
Thank you. Karen Krawczyk over at Baird & Company. A lot more coming up at the bottom of next hour, a market update and a look at the weather. But first of all, let's join radio stations all across the country by playing our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Search and recovery efforts have temporarily stopped at the site of the condo collapse in Surfside, Florida. Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava.
We've already informed the families this morning who are waiting and waiting about this development.
Officials there concerned about the structure still standing and its integrity. President Biden is in Florida to meet with some of those families today.
The president sat first with local and state elected officials, vowing the federal government will offer assistance for a variety of needs.
Could be a lot of pain and anxiety and suffering and even need for psychological help.
He told the gathering of leaders, which included Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, that the federal government isn't going anywhere. And he stressed the importance of the country coming together in moments such as this.
I just got back from 12 days in Europe. They wonder whether we can do this. And you're doing it.
Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
The Supreme Court's closing out the term with a flurry of decisions, one upholding Arizona voting restrictions by a 6-3 conservative majority. State Attorney General Mark Brnovich.
We've argued from the beginning that election integrity measures are important to instill confidence in the process. We want to make sure everyone votes. And that's what this case said, is basically that common sense election integrity measures are okay.
Arizona's law limits how voters can return absentee ballots and bars unions and advocacy groups from collecting them. The majority also ruled in favor of conservative groups in California who want to keep the names of big donors anonymous. The head of the Trump Organization is expected to be arraigned this afternoon after surrendering in New York. Alan Weisselberg is expected to face criminal charges for allegedly failing to pay taxes on fringe benefits from the company. Tropical storm Elsa is strengthening as it races toward islands in the Caribbean, where the system is expected to unleash heavy rain. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson says Elsa could continue on to the U.S.
All of South Florida in the cone of concern right now for a tropical storm could easily become a Category 1 hurricane, and that would be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday landfall.
In a garden outside Kensington Palace, Prince Harry and Prince William smiled and chatted with guests and each other at the unveiling of a statue honoring their mother, Princess Diana, on what would have been her 60th birthday. It's over and out for Meghan McCain at The View.
This was not an easy decision. It took a lot of thought and counsel and prayer and talking to my family and my close friends.
She's been the lone conservative voice on the ABC talker since 2017 and often clashed with Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need an expert to help navigate the home loan process, Rocket can. Live from the 100.3